I'm a businesswoman. I run Ambutrans Ambulance. I'm CEO of that company. We employ over 300 people throughout Southwest Florida. We operate in Manatee, Sarasota, Charlotte, Lee, and Colliers, and our Southwest Florida's largest private ambulance service. I've been serving in that role for the past 4 years. I'm also a board-certified health attorney. I attended the University of Florida for law school. Go Gators. Not a lot of Gators.
Oh no.
And then I went and I practiced and did civil litigation in Lake County, Florida, before coming back down here with my husband and what was our 1-year-old daughter to raise her here, because Charlotte County is without a doubt the best county in the best state, in the best country, in the world. So before the reason I actually got into politics is because having grown up here and graduating from high school here, I realized that my classmates, if they wanted to go on and have a good paying job where they could actually support their families, they had to leave. Unless you were a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, there were no jobs for you that you could support a family of 5, like I have at this point, on a single salary. And so I got really involved in the economic development of our community so that we could bring good, high-paying jobs to Charlotte County without our students having to go elsewhere to find them or have a college degree. Because I believe that you should be able to graduate from high school, learn a trade, and be able to then get a great job that supports your family. And to that end, in the Florida Legislature, that has really been one of my top missions. I've had the great fortune of working with Senate President Albritton and with Kim Amontry on the school board, Kara Reynolds on the school board, our amazing superintendent and school board members, to bring advanced manufacturing training to Charlotte County. To bring good paying jobs at the airport so that our students can go and actually learn how to repair aircraft while they're still in high school, and then go on and continue at that through our technical college. And then, thanks to the economic policies of Charlotte County, they could go get a job at an MRO right there in the airport where they've been doing on-the-job training and get paid, I think it's something like $70,000 as their starting salaries. That's pretty amazing. And we couldn't do that without the great partnerships between our state representatives, state senate, school board, county, city, airport authority, everybody pulling in the same direction so that we can get those funds that we pay as taxpayers to the state government back to Charlotte County, so we are not a donor community. Now, I haven't had the chance to talk to you all a little bit about this past legislative session. I know Senate President Albritton touched on it, but I actually just came back straight here from Orlando, where I was at ALEC, which is a conference of all the state legislators from across the country that believe in conservative policies. And what they were saying every conference that I went to, every meeting, is basically that Florida leads the way, and we are the model for the rest of the nation in leading conservative policies. We lead the nation in our educational choice. We realized in the state of Florida that every parent should have the opportunity to direct every dollar that is spent on their child's education. The government shouldn't say how those dollars are spent. The parents need to be able to say how that's spent, because our students deserve individualized attention. Every student is not the same. Every child is not the same. They don't all learn in the same way. They don't all belong in the same setting. And so we as parents deserve the opportunity to direct those dollars so they can go to public school, charter school, private school, or homeschool. And that is our rights as parents. We are also leading the way of being the toughest in the nation on immigration enforcement. I don't know if you all remember, last year we were the very first state to pass immigration enforcement laws to force our local governments to work with law enforcement and ICE agents to get illegal immigrants off our streets. Now, I don't know if any of you have watched the news this week and have seen what has come out of the state of New Jersey about the 6,000 illegal immigrants being registered to vote.
Yes.
Can you believe it? That does not happen by accident. I mean, we all know that. I promise you that will never and would never happen in the state of Florida. We are leading the nation on election integrity. We go through and we verify those voter rolls. You actually have to present a voter your ID in order to vote. It's crazy. You have to present your driver's license if you want to take part in Olive Garden's specials. But in these northern states, you don't have to do it in order to vote. They just have to take your word for it that you are who you say you are. And that will never happen in the free state of Florida. We are making sure that every single election that only U.S. citizens are voting. Now, the Senate President touched on this already, but in the state of Florida, you know, we have a balanced budget. That is something that we do not have in other states in this nation. And when you look at it, and you look at the way that we've reduced debt, and that this legislature, working with Governor DeSantis, has really emphasized a decrease in spending, because we believe that you all should direct the dollars that you spend. Every dollar that you send to government, you're not being able to spend the way that you want to spend it. And that's not who we are as Republicans. So we have cut taxes and cut spending, because at the end of the day, you deserve to have more dollars in your pocket. Now, we are the free state of Florida. We all know that. We're all so proud of it. But more and more of us are finding Florida unaffordable. It's insurance rates, it's the cost of housing. That is why I've worked hand in hand with Governor DeSantis to lower our taxes, put on the ballot so you can decide whether or not to eliminate property taxes in the state of Florida and to lower insurance premiums.
That's plagiarism.
I've supported our President Trump and my good friend, I don't know if you all know MAGA Meg Weinberger from Palm Beach County. I was a co-sponsor of the bill to rename the Palm Beach International Airport the Donald J. Trump International Airport, and they just had the sign go up last week, so I'm really proud of that one. More personally, I passed legislation this year relating to pediatric readiness. We realized that in the hospitals throughout our state, there were no rules or regulations requiring them to be able to treat pediatric children in an emergency. So you would bring your child to an emergency department, and if it wasn't a specialty children's hospital, in some cases, they didn't have the proper equipment, they didn't have the training, and they didn't have the drills run so that they knew where the equipment should be. So this year, with Senate President Albritton's help on the Senate, we passed that out of the House and Senate, and Governor DeSantis signed into law to require every single emergency department in the entire state of Florida to be able to treat and stabilize children. Now, I know some of you have heard a little bit about a local bill that I proposed this year, the little elephant in the room, relating to water and who is responsible for providing water to the airport park, which is located in Charlotte County, not in the city of Punta Gorda. Thanks to that bill being filed, the city and the county finally started talking with each other and finally entered into an interlocal agreement over the provision of water to areas outside the city, but within their water service area. And so now we're seeing movement where Advent Health is finally building a freestanding emergency department in Punta Gorda, and we are able to move forward with our advanced manufacturing center at the airport park. We also passed Senate Bill 484 this year relating to data centers. I'm very proud of that bill because it allows local governments to retain control. Data centers might be fine in some communities. I don't know where they are, but it's up to the local governments and the people of those communities to decide whether or not they're correct. But our job as the state legislators is to make sure that these data centers are not passing on the increased costs of utilities and water to the citizens. And so Senate Bill 484, which the governor did in fact sign into law, protects us from those data centers. Thank you. There's more to be done. There's more to be studied, but at the end of the day, we at least have some parameters set on them so they can't run wild and charge you more money for the use of water and electricity.
Oh, they already are.
As far as the campaign goes, you know, we're all here because we're running a campaign. I am so proud that I've been endorsed by our local firefighters, by Sheriff Potter from DeSoto County, Sheriff Marcino from Lee County, and our own Sheriff Bill Promell.
Leaders. That's such a bunch of bullshit.
If you know nothing else about me, you can know that these great men and great patriots are supporting me, and it's because they know that I have their back. When things are down and they need help, I have got them. Am I done? Yep. All right, well, thank you all. I've been a Republican my entire life. I am so excited for August to move forward in this, and I would be honored to have your vote. Thank you. God bless you all.